Yo guys, welcome back. We confronted up in the house. Is something interesting coming, you know? Pyzel Surfboard. And then let's see who I gonna meet today. Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! Let's go! Here we go. Yoo-hoo! The best surfer in the world. One of the best.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. What are we doing?
I just got the
You bring a board?
yes, it's
Okay.
new radius frame.
Sick.
I want you to check.
Do it right here.
Maybe we go at the front or
Wanna go
wherever.
down to the beach.
Yeah.
So hot.
Still hot, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it got a little better because they were left. The waves stayed the same.
Go back a little bit.
Yeah. Still hot. Yeah.
Phew.
I'll see you soon. Surf and work, or not work.
And save the boat.
Maybe. Oh, yeah.
It's only
There was like 40 people out earlier.
earlier.
Yeah, I surfed with like maybe 30 people. Easy. It's packed.
You make it crowded, brother.
Yeah, it was crowded. The wind's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Same like yesterday. But it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Good. Or different? You
Yes.
Can,
Can you introduce me about this board?
Okay.
The new model from you.
no worries.
Radius frame.
Easy. Okay. So this is a Radius Prime, and it's an updated version. So we've been making the Radius for a long time, like a lot of years, probably like 5 years. And the Radius in Indonesia, especially the Radius, everyone really likes it. It works really good in good waves, and so it's easy here. The waves are good a lot, you know. So but the Radius Prime is just a little bit of an updated version. It's not way different. I widened the nose a little bit, and I made some small changes through the tail rocker, but in general the rest of the board pretty much is very similar. So I didn't want to make a big change. It wasn't like trying to make a new board. It was just to update the boards, just the way things kind of slowly changed. And like a little bit, I like the wider nose, just a little cleaner outline. And but so in general, the Radius Prime has a lot of bottom rocker, so there's a lot of curve through the whole bottom of the board. And what that does is it keeps the board really loose, so it's really good up and down. And then at the same time, it works really well in a wave that has like a little cup to it. You know, like you were saying, you were saying bing in, like it's fun and being a little tight, little cuppy wave. So like if you have some curve on the face of the wave, this board works really well because it's a curvy board and it keeps its speed and you can easily maneuver in those curves. It's not the ideal board for like a flat-faced wave. You don't want to go surf a mushy point wave or a mushy beach break. This board it doesn't create speed really easily in mushy conditions, but it's just made for like faster, hollower, more like curvy waves. Basically the majority of the waves that you find in Indonesia, especially in Bali. And yeah, and then this one in particular is a round tail.
Yes.
So these boards come generally with just either a squash tail or a round tail. I find that when you have a round tail, the boards still are very loose and nice, but you can ride them in a little bit bigger waves, like almost like a step up, you know, like it's like your short board, but it'll handle a little bigger, juicier wave and still be solid. Like when you come off the bottom, it's not going to feel like it's going to slide out. The round tail helps you hold in a little bit better at faster speeds. So that's a nice option for Indo, where a lot of the waves you're going to be surfing are going to be fast and maybe sometimes not necessarily bigger, but more powerful than where if you're not from here, you come from somewhere with weaker waves, this is going to be a nice choice for you, even for like a little step up, but it still feels like a shortboard, you know? The bottom contours, like this thing has a single concave here, and then it goes into a little bit of double concave through the fins, and then it's pretty much flat, almost like a little baby V off the tail. And that just gives the board some lift, so it gives it some extra speed. As you stand up, it's going to let you get speed quickly. And then the double concave through the fins kind of helps the board roll a little bit easier, so you can tip onto a rail a little bit easier than if it's just a flat single concave. What I did do is I added a tiny, compared to the radius, the original radius, I added a little bit of tail rocker. So there's like a little bit more curve, just about a 1/8 of an inch more curve here, which doesn't sound like much, but it's significant. And my thinking with that was to make the board work even better when it's going fast. It keeps it really loose and nice. You know, you get a lot of speed, you get a lot of drive in good waves just from the wave itself. So this board is something that you want to, it'll give you a lot of speed, but you can also control your speed and do big turns and stuff with it, you know?
Whoa, it's amazing. Wow.
Different fin setups, obviously. Usually it's just the thruster. You can get a 5-fin setup if you want. You can ride like a round tail as a quad if you want. Is kind of nice for a step up. Some people like that. Usually with this board, it's just a thruster setup. And the fins are just whatever your personal preference. You know, for us, like you're riding Pyzel fins, they go nicely with my boards. Obviously, like the boards and fins are kind of designed together, but whatever your favorite fins are, that's probably going to work good. You know, you can change different fins around and get a good feel for the boards, which is nice too.
Yeah, right.
I usually recommend just like this, future fins.
Future fin.
That's my favorite setup. I think that system's really good and the fins are really nice. So that's about it.
That's all.
What do you think? Anything else?
It's good. I have a question.
The volume.
You think
Huh?
this is only for the pro, or you can use for intermediate?
I feel like this board is like kind of all levels. Like it's not a beginner board at all.
It's
Obviously,
not.
like if you're a beginner, you're not going to go. This is like it's a refined short board. But if you ride it a little bit wider with a little more volume, a little thicker, it'll work great for like an intermediate surfer. It's not going to be a problem because it's very maneuverable. Having a little more width and a little more thickness will help make it easier and like more stable for like an intermediate that's not so advanced level. And then obviously the more advanced you're surfing, you know, you're going to get a more refined board, narrower, thinner, whatever that feels good for you. So it's kind of like, I would say like intermediate to advanced level. Definitely not like a beginner board. You know, it's just not going to help you. It's going to be a little trouble.
Right.
How's the boat going right through the lineup?
You gonna go back there or what?
That's pretty sick.
So, how long have you been in Bali now?
I've been here like 10 days, 12 days, a little bit.
But every year you come, yeah?
Yeah, I love it here. It's like such a magic place.
It's such an honor to meet you, mister.
Oh. I just feel lucky to be able to come here and go surfing, and everybody, like all the Balinese are so nice. It's like such a special place for me. We've been, even since my kids were really little, I've been coming here for like 20 years, and bringing the kids. My daughter, when she was first time I brought my daughters, I think my youngest daughter was 2. She learned how to swim. She learned how to swim at Rocky Bungalows in the swimming pool there when she was 2.
Oh,
Yeah, it was sick. But yeah, no, it's so cool here. I love it. It's a magical place with really great people. So
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Lucky.
Lucky, yeah?
For sure.
So John, what's your take about the people who are just learn surfing and then are they intermediate or semi-pro?
Yeah,
what is it get?
We have a couple nice boards. Like it depends on the waves, but like the Phantom is actually a really great board for more of an intermediate level. Like not beginner,
No.
but like, you know, you can surf, but you're not really ready for like super high performance. I feel like the Phantom's a nice way to kind of step towards a high performance board. It has a wider nose, a little flatter rocker, and kind of a wide outline, which feels very stable, but at the same time it's close enough to like a performance shortboard that you get a lot of maneuverability. So that's always like that's a good board for like a transition between when you're getting better at surfing, and then that board can kind of help you make the next step without going too far to like a shortboard, like a traditional shortboard. And then below that, like the even more beginner boards that are really fun, like we have the White Tiger. It's super fun, and that's a fun board for like a full high performance surfer, good surfer, if you ride it really small. But if you ride it a little bit bigger and wider, it's a great, like, not it's I'd call it like a beginner shortboard. If you're already like, you know, your level of surfing is already enough that you can paddle and catch waves on a smaller board. That board's a really good stepping stone to that, where it paddles really easily. It's very stable, very fast, and easy to control. And that's a really fun board. But even like top level pros like Jon rides that board and loves it, you know. So it's kind of all different levels depending on the size of the board. I think the most important thing with like trying to get better at surfing, if you're trying to like kind of level up as you go along, is to be careful not to take too big a step in boards. Like you don't want to go from like a long board to like a short board, or you know, you need to kind of take these different boards along the way that will help you, instead of like sometimes if you skip too far ahead to too high performance of a board, your surfing's it's harder to surf. It makes things worse. So you need to be able to be patient and like get better along the way and get and match the boards to your ability along the way, rather than just jumping way ahead. You know, sometimes people get very excited. They're like, oh, I want to ride this board, super high performance, and then they don't really realize like it actually makes it worse for them. So just be patient, I think, and make sure you have a board that really lets you paddle really well when you're more of an intermediate beginner. Because if you're not, one of the most important things to remember is like you're only going to get better at surfing if you're catching waves. And if you're not catching waves, you're not going to get any better, and you're also just not going to have fun, right? So it's better to have a board that's going to get you catch some waves than a very like overly refined board that is going to kind of hinder and keep you from catching waves. Yeah.
All right. What about for the big wave surfers? Because it's
big waves.
Yeah.
Well, like our board, the Pyzel, is great for like when the waves get really big here. That board works great with like deeper water. When the waves are bigger, it's kind of breaks in deeper water, and those boards let you catch waves earlier and get into them easy, but still have maneuverability. Even on the bigger boards are still like they maneuver pretty well. The forefins are really nice. So that board is always great for deep water waves that you can get into like a little early. The Pyzel is awesome. And then we have also like another version at the Porto Patty, which is a little more refined, but still essentially like that same kind of thing, and it works great for here. Super fun.
all right. The last question: what's your thing and then tips or trick for new surfer when they just come to Bali and then just maybe they have some trouble because they think Bali is too crowded?
Yeah.
What you think about it? What you will say?
I think the best thing, if you come to Bali is very crowded, but there's also a lot of good waves, like so many days. So my main thing would be just to get yourself connected to a really good local surfer and find somebody that can help you and will bring you somewhere and show you good waves, help you get a wave maybe. And then also they'll teach you how to respect the lineup and not just push you around into waves, but like show you like, okay, now it's your turn, you can get a wave or whatever. And there's so many good surfers in Bali, so many Balinese guys that do that kind of thing to help people.
Yeah.
And just finding somebody that's really good and that you like and that's respected in the community, the surfing community, is a great way to do that. And they'll help you probably get an opportunity to get like a better wave than you might ever get just by yourself. So that's cool. And then also it's nice because you're helping to support a local here with their business and give them a help too, you know? So it kind of works both ways. Yeah?
Yeah, that's nice.
It's true, huh?
It's true. It's such a true. So guys, you already hear from the real legend. What I say? What he said, it's like learn from that.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Always be respectful to everyone that lives here in Bali, especially, and like, you know, you have to, anywhere you travel, you always need to remember like we're just visiting here. We get lucky that we get to come here and just make sure we're giving the people from here everything that they deserve. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Jon.
No worries.
I think that's it for now. I think mostly we just go surf soon, yeah?
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so. You hope so. So there's tips and trick, and then
Tricks?
and I already review my board with new boards. Like,
I'm gonna go try it.
sip. Yeah, I want to try again. So
All right.
stay tuned, and I'm gonna try this one. Thank you for your time, Mr. John.
No worries.
Nice
Thank
to see you.
Stoked. Easy.
Stoked. I'm super stoked. Can do interview with you, but sorry, my English is a bit bad.
Perfect.
Welcome to Bali, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
It got smaller.
Yes. And thank you, Cordes, for let me use the space. Uluwatu Villa. It's such a cool place. Any recommendation where to stay in Bali?
Yeah, Ulu Surf Villas is pretty
Oh,
sweet.
surf.
But yeah, there's a lot of nice places. Everywhere's nice, but Ulu Surf Villas is pretty epic. Nice people, good food. I like it.
Thank you.
All right,
Cheers.
we're done.
Done.
Easy.